Hello and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Laraine Durham, and this is our channel where we talk about all things GLP-1 weight loss related. I've lost over 50 pounds on the GLP-1 medication, Compounded Trizepatide. And in this series, The Downsized Dish, we talk to people every week who have lost weight on these GLP-1 medications. Before we get started, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get recommended by YouTube to people searching for answers in this crazy GLP-1 world. Today we have Cofia with us. Hi, Cofia, welcome.
Hey.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I see it says coach there next to your name.
Yes, so I am a coach. I help women heal and thrive emotionally and become mentally fit after divorce. And so, I'm a divorced single mom and really started the journey to become a coach because I wanted to be who I needed. I have 3 daughters and I live in the Midwest, and I'm also on my fitness journey.
All right, great. All right, so tell us a little bit about your fitness journey. What medication are you taking and how long have you been doing it?
For sure. So I started my journey on August the 2nd, and I started at 248.2 pounds. It has been 13 weeks now, and I've lost 36. So I'm really excited. I know. That's what I
said. Excellent. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I am taking the Compounded Trizepatide, and I was on the 2.5 dose for 4 weeks, and then I've been on the 5 milligram dose ever since.
Oh, excellent. So you've had great progress on those lower doses. That's over three-ish pounds a week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. After this past week, I think it was like 2.76 pounds a week. But
okay. I'm rounding up. Yeah. Okay. So I think you said 36 pounds. So what's your goal? How many pounds more do you want to lose?
I don't really know. I remember being like 175 pounds in 8th grade, and I'm far away from 8th grade now. But I remember looking back at those pictures and liking the way that I looked then. So I think my goal is to get there and then kind of determine if I want to go lower or if I want to stay there. I started off like the first week saying, I'm going to get to my healthy BMI. And I'm just thinking maybe that's not in it for me. So I don't think so.
You're off to a great start. I think you just keep going and you're definitely going to get there. How tall are you, Cofia?
I am with the crew. I am 5'4". I'm 5, and I've always been in a half. So I'm 5'4" and a half is what I go by.
That half is important. Now, when you're trying to figure out your weight, did you round up to 5'5" or did you stick with the 5'4"?
I stuck with the 5'4" because then I was like, okay, what is the absolute lowest based on if, I do start to shrink or something, I wanted to consider that for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, as my viewers know, I am 5'4" and a quarter. I used to be 5'5" and a half. And then, Cofia is fit at 40. Laraine is now fit at 55. So
better late than never, right?
Yeah, I've shrunk a little bit there. Okay, so awesome. So what made you want to get started with Compounded Trizepatide?
So funny enough, like before I realized it, about a year ago in April, I heard about the injections and I went to a med spa. And they went through the whole process. And I was like, and at the time, it was only like $100 a month. And I was like, no, this is too expensive.
Too much. Yeah.
And then fast forward till about March or April of this year. And family friend of mine, she started on the GLP-1 medication. And I was like, man, she is dropping weight fast. So then I started to look into it. And then once I looked into it, I was like, I am going to try this. I'm going to try this. And I looked into my insurance. My insurance wouldn't cover it. I looked into some places locally and found 2 different med spas that I could attempt to go to. And so that's what I did. I would end up going through a med spa, one, and then finding another one that was just a little bit more reasonably priced, like based on no matter what the dosage was, it was the same monthly price. And so I was like, okay, I'll
Okay.
stick to that. And then more recently, having to just go directly online with the telehealth company to get.
So you have moved to a telehealth company now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When you were, I have a friend that used to do a med spa, and they would give her the injections. Did they do it for you?
Yeah, they gave me the option to either do it
Oh,
for me, or they would send me home with 4 syringes, and I never went
okay.
home with them. I just went there, did the injection,
Did
and
it?
then
Yeah. So how is it now getting the medication FedEx to you and doing it yourself? Was that a little daunting, or was that okay?
I think the first time I was a little bit nervous. I was like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like this, because I am not a person who likes needles. Like I didn't like needles. I didn't like shots. I'm a hard stick, so I was just very like, I don't know about this. But after the first time, I was like, this was so easy. And so
Yeah.
ever since then, every week is completely okay. And so much so that I even added another injection for like amino acids and vitamin B, and feel completely okay giving both of those injections to myself every week.
Okay. All right. So 2 shots a week. Kudos to you. Yeah,
I'm a pro at it now. I know exactly how to. The goal is you paint your skin a lot harder so that you don't feel the actual poke. Yeah. I find that works best.
That's a good tip. Now, where do you inject? Do you do stomach or arm? Where do you do?
I've just been doing my stomach. I did try in the office, I want to say, with the med spa, the thigh. And I didn't really notice a difference. And so I have gone back to the stomach because I felt like it was the place where I knew I had a lot of fat. So I wouldn't have to worry about that. And yeah, it was giving me the result. I mean, it's giving me the results. So I'm like, why do I need to move any other place if this is working?
Yeah. I've done just about all of mine in the stomach. I think I've done 2 in the thigh, and I was like, this is weird. But some people report different things happen when they move from either back of arm, top of thigh, or around your belly button. So I was just curious. Have you had any side effects from the medication?
I have very mild side effects. The one that I have the most regular is the constipation. And when I first started on the 5 milligram dose, like the very next day for the first like 2 or 3 weeks, there was like a little bit of nausea the next day. But ever since then, I've been good with nausea. And ever since, just taking like magnesium every day, it's been helping me be regular. And of course, eat my vegetables. So that makes a difference.
Yeah. In case moms are listening, yes, we're eating our vegetables, Mom.
Right. The other thing I found out too was there's these protein bars that I really like. And I was reading a bunch of reviews on it, and it was talking about how it has the alcohol, the sugar alcohol in it. And people didn't like it because it's not digestible. But I'm like, this is perfect for me because it helps me go more consistent. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. You get all those good fiber and tips as you go along. Yeah, for sure. You mentioned that you have 3 girls. Do they know that you're taking the medication?
They do. They are aware. They've seen me inject myself. And they are seeing like the results of me coming down each week. So yeah, I think the first time I gave myself a shot, it was like, we're all gathered together. Let's watch mommy do it.
Oh gosh, no pressure, right?
But ever since then, they're just like, oh, okay, mommy's giving herself a shot.
Yeah. Is there a particular day of the week that you do your shot?
Yeah, so I do it every Friday. I try to do it because that was the time I had scheduled, like I said, a standing appointment at the med spa for Fridays at 9:00. And so because I do it, like I did it so long at that time, that's kind of what I do every week.
Yeah,
it's just
stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Do you cook a different way now for you and your girls, or how do you manage their meals and what you're eating?
We all eat the same thing.
That's good.
I'm really trying, like, I guess I'm being more intentional about, I feel like the medication has helped me to like put into place the things that I already knew, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every diet plan I've tried, every book I've read, every course I've paid for weight loss, I feel like it's helped me prepare for this moment. And so just using now the medication, I can just do what I know I need to do. So we eat the same things. I make sure that now I'm trying to show them how to make sure that you eat a lot of protein so that you can stay full, so that they can kind of see those changes. And then throughout the week, it's really kind of go-to meals, nothing super fancy. And then on Sunday, I'll cook like an actual dinner, but like not actual dinner, but like an actual, like, what we've been used to, or kind of like a Sunday dinner, but not
like a
with
bigger,
all yeah.
Yeah. And then eat that throughout the week, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you're meal prepping a little bit in that way.
A little bit.
Do you work from home or you work outside the home?
So now I work both from home and outside the home. But before I started the medication, it was mainly in-house. Like I would work here from the computer, selling life and health insurance. And now here recently, I have started like a little part-time job at a retail place because I heard that their insurance covers weight loss medications. And so give it till January, but and then maybe the medicine will be covered. But then I'm like, well, should I wait and lose weight, or should I, still keep going, but I did document, I have been documenting all my things. So if I do need to show the insurance company, that I've already been on the medicine or whatever, I can. But yeah, but majority of the time I'm at home. It's only like maybe 20 hours a week.
I thought you were going to say you started working at a retail place because all your clothes were too big and you needed new clothes.
I am so not a shopper. And I don't know if that's because I've been big my whole life and I just really never could get into, finding things or, kind of developing that kind of style or what have you.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't bought anything. Which is, I probably should buy some stuff. But I said, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to use these belts and we're going to make it work.
Yeah. That worked for me. First 30 pounds. Yeah. I'd say once you get to January,
you're like, not so much.
Maybe you're going to need to buy some more things. I cry every day in my closet that I'm like, it's too big, it's too big. I'd like to buy all new things all the time, but we have to pay for medicine, right?
True. That's true. Now there is a program that I use here locally for single moms, and maybe that's why I haven't bought anything, is because I can go there every other month. It's called Clothed with Dignity. I can go there every other month and I can pick out a bunch of different stuff. And so I think I'll schedule for November. I know. And so I'll be able to I'll still get clothes that fit, but I don't have to pay for them.
That's a great program. Do they take donations or how does that work? I guess you can also give them things and kind of like a clothing swap.
Yep. They do take donations on a different day, like on a different time or whatever. But they will take all the clothes that, that are too big for me, and I'll be able to pass it on to somebody else. So that'll be nice.
That's awesome. I did go through a divorce myself quite a long time ago, so I can relate to a little bit of the struggle there. But yeah. So let's talk about, do you do any exercise or getting any movement in?
I'm moving. I'm so proud of me. So I've been walking, probably about an hour and 15 minutes in the morning.
Oh,
so
that's a lot.
From August until I started the retail job, I was walking every morning so I can get about 75 to 8,500 steps before I get on the phone at 8 in the morning. And then here recently, I have been doing this YouTube lady, Lift with C. And she does strength training. So I do that 3 days a week.
Do you use resistance bands or weights or what do you?
It's actual, so dumbbells. And so I go to the gym that we have here on our property.
Oh,
I'm able to just do my workouts there in the little gym, and it's been going good because I was looking at my numbers and I was tracking, the muscle mass, and everybody talks
yeah.
about DEXA scans and all. I didn't do a DEXA scan yet, but I have been tracking it on my app, and I'm up 2% in muscle mass from the time that I started. So I started at 30%, and now I'm at 32%, and then like my body water started at 40%, and now I'm at like 43.5. And so I'm losing fat, right? And so I really think the lifting the weights is working.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll help you keep your muscle mass, help you maintain that muscle, because a lot of times when we lose weight, unfortunately, we also lose some muscle. So that's really great that you're lifting, or you've got the exercise in there. So that'll really help. Talk to me about protein. Do you have any protein goals, any targets that you want to hit there?
I just focus on the protein. I don't know if I have a specific number. I track it in the little app. It's like net something with the green apple.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
that
try to
diary
get,
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is what it is. I just try to get over the amount that it says.
Okay.
And so once I do that, then I'm fine with, like, as far as tracking the protein. And I have been really paying attention to trying to get it a lot more earlier so I can stay full, like in the middle part of the day. So
Yeah. Do you find that you get full a lot quicker now that you're on the medication?
absolutely, I cannot eat as much.
Yeah.
And good thing. That's a real good thing. Like, it's my mom, when we were growing up, she would say, like, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, and now it's like really true. You really think, but back then I would stretch it out, like stretch the stomach. It doesn't matter. But now I truly feel that full sensation. And so I eat way less. And I just try to focus on eating my protein first, and then my vegetables, and then any carbs that I may have. There was this book called Glucose Revolution. And before I started the GLP-1, I listened to that book, and it talks about just 10 or 12 ways that you can really kind of regulate your blood sugar. So it's coming handy, like going into the medication and losing weight. So
yeah, I guess you want to maintain a steady glucose level so you don't get those up and down spikes and drops and stuff like that. That's what I never understood with those diets that told you to eat 6 times a day. I'm like, wouldn't you just be spiking yourself all day long with the glucose? But now I'm only eating now like 3 times a day. Do you snack in between meals?
Not at
No?
all. Not at all. I used to before the medicine. I would eat all day, every day. Chick-fil-A was my favorite spot.
Yes.
And just sweets, just constantly wanting something sweet. And I would I would have cake before I would eat regular dinner. And so, but now it's like, I'm like, wow, this is wild that a medicine can help you do that. Like, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So I guess some people might call that food noise. Have you heard that term, the food noise?
Yes, I have definitely heard the term, and I hadn't heard it before I started like watching everybody's videos and talking about it. I'm like, we're all together. Like, it's not happening to me.
It's not just me. Right. Wasn't that the revelation moment when you're like, wait, other people are like this too? I just thought this was just how I was. And I was the only one who wanted to eat all day, every day for my whole life. So yeah.
Absolutely. It made it, I was like, I feel seen. I feel seen. And now it's just like, I have so much. It was almost like when I started on my healing journey after my divorce and really kind of understanding the way that I was thinking. And I would get these realizations, like as I'm practicing, like reprogramming my mind and healing or whatever, I would have so much more space to enjoy life. And now there's like another level of that. Like, instead of thinking so much about food, I have so much more space to be creative and intentional and, enjoy my daughters and just, put stuff, put content out. Like, it just has provided me to be more fulfilled in life because I'm not so focused on eating all the time.
I love how you just summed that up. I mean, basically, it's life-changing for all the things that you just said. So much more time to think about being creative and your daughters, and to do other things when the food was taking up all this space all the time. It's so great to be freed of that. That's so awesome.
Exactly. And that's how I'm like, wow. That's why I'm like, everybody, do you know about this medicine? Like, it can change your life. So,
yep, that's why we're here. Yeah. I liked it so much. We started a YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm always telling people, like at the gym and at people that I meet, and Christopher says I make friends with everybody. I make friends standing in line at the store, like I'm yeah, so we're spreading the word of the GLP-1 medications.
Yeah.
So what about your friends and family? Do they know that you've been taking these weight loss medications?
So yes, I mean, they don't not know necessarily. I post, like, I've always, because I had an online business, I've always kind of shared parts of my life with social media. And so it was just kind of natural to share that part as well. And so I've put it in videos. Only one person, my closest friend, has asked me personally, like, okay, so, how much is it? Like, what are you doing? But other than that, nobody has specifically came to me and said or asked any questions about the medicine. But I feel like I'm so vocal anyway. I would be surprised if they didn't know.
Yeah. Have you gotten any negative feedback from anybody?
Not directly. I feel like some people, just like after going through divorce, people don't know how to talk to you. They don't know what to say. And so they say things and they don't realize how that's not really a compliment, So that's the kind of feedback that I've gotten, is kind of like, oh, what do you mean by that? But I understand. It's just like people just kind of say what everybody else says. Like, I even saw a lady talk about it kind of today. It's like people say, well, keep going. And it's like, okay, what do you mean by that? Keep going. Like, do you mean congratulations or, good job? Or like, what the keep going? I don't know. Like, I wonder, what are the intentions, or like, what do you really mean by keep going? Because I can interpret that like, I've seen you quit before, and so I don't want you to quit. Or it's like, I don't know.
I guess I would take that as, I see you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's hard. I think a lot of times people, and Christopher talks about this a lot, I think it's a lot easier for women to say, oh, you lost weight. How'd you do it? Tell me all about it. And where sometimes other people are like, oh, are you okay? Like, what's going on with you? Look kind of different than the last time I saw you. So, people, I don't know. I guess you kind of have to give them a minute sometimes because you're just going to keep going. So,
right.
Well, you will keep going. So what are they going to say the next time?
That's why I said, well, I plan to,
Thank you very much for your comments. Yeah. Yeah. One lady at the gym came up to me the other day and said, "You're not going to lose any more weight, are you? You're done, right? Are you done?" And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. I might want. No. You should be done now. And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Just go back to your spot.
That's what I mean. People don't really know what they're saying. Did you think about that before you said it?
No.
I don't think you did, because if you did, you probably wouldn't have said it.
Exactly.
Because as soon as you call somebody on, like, okay, well, what do you mean by that? And then they realize what they've said, and it's like, oh, no, I didn't mean, well, what I was trying to say was, you know, and it's just like, okay, I get it. You know, give
Yeah.
everybody a chance. They, you know, everybody's not the same.
Yeah. Well, and you're just starting. So you know, you're going to get lots of those comments as you you know, continue on your journey. So, you know, maybe you can have a mental plan of
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
like.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if it would be, I don't know. I guess because I haven't had anybody. My grandma used to ask me in the opposite way, like, oh, I see you gaining a little weight, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess maybe I should prepare some responses, but then I'm like, well, how do I know what they're going to ask or what they're going to say in order to know how to prepare those responses? But it could definitely be worth it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandma used to say, well, do you want to lose weight? Well, do you, do you maybe ask your mom? I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, stop. But, you know, I know they were just trying to be helpful, but a lot of times we just, you know, that's
they did
enough.
the best they could with the information they had. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been on it for about 3 months. Is there anything that you know now that you think, oh, I wish I'd have known that when I started?
Not currently. Well, let me think. No, I mean, not really. I feel like me going into like starting my own business, which was very, like, it may be like a small thing for some people because maybe like everybody starts a business and everybody kind of ventures out. But like for my group of people, circle of friends, I feel like going out and starting a business, I faced a lot of the mental, you know, people pleasing. What are people going to think? You know, people asking questions. Are you sure you can do this? Like, why would you want to do that? And, you know, all those things. And so I feel like I'm just transferring those type of things over into like the health side of things. And just I feel like the mindset that has really helped me in my other part of my life is now helping me along with the medication. So I feel like I was very prepared, like thanks to channels like you, and you and your husband, and just other channels that just give you a lot of information and really share based on, you know, what the trial and error. Like, I really am grateful that there were so many people talking about, well, stay on the lower doses until you have to go up, and, you know, focus on your protein. Because it's not something that I learned, you know, nobody taught me how to eat. And so, you know, learning that stuff, you know, watching YouTube videos and now actually putting it into practice for myself, I feel like I was as prepared as I could have been. And I think that's why I feel like I'm not as successful, you know, I'm not in comparison with anybody else, but I feel like I'm successful in doing and losing the weight and you know, I'm achieving the goals. And so, like I said, I feel like everything that I've gone through up in my life, as far as my weight, literally has prepared me to be like, yes, now put all this into practice.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've had great success, you know, in your first 3 months. So, and you're doing all the things, you know, you're getting the protein in, you're staying on a dose until, you know, you need to move up. So, I mean, those are big things that, you know, Christopher and I certainly had never heard, you know, a year ago at this point, back when we started. So I think it's all coming together. It all works together. So
it is.
Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Has your ex-husband seen you lately?
He has not. Not that I know of. He may have been on like a FaceTime with my daughters, maybe, but not directly. Well, unless my social media is not private. So unless he's been on my social media channel, I don't know. I doubt it. We don't.
I guess we're past. I guess you're past that. It's, you know, you know, it's all in the past. So we're moving forward. So I guess Yeah. Let's see. What else? What other things you want people to know about, maybe?
I think the biggest thing is to know that, one, you are worth it. Like, you are absolutely worth whatever the investment is into your health. And that if you don't have your health, none of the other things are going to matter.
That's so true.
None of the other things are going to matter. So if you're thinking about it and you're wondering, if anything is stopping you, then I would encourage you to think about, what would the 20 plus, like, what would the 10-year older version say? Like, how would that version of you feel? Like, and if she or he would feel good about you making these changes and like it actually worked, then I would say just go for it. Definitely go for it.
That's a great point. It's a great way to think about it. What would the you 10 years from now say to you today? Thank you. Thank you for going. I'm glad you invested in yourself. I'm glad you took the time for the self-care and because you're busy. You've got a business, you've got a job, you've got 3 girls, like you're going all over the place. So to take the time for yourself is awesome. And congratulations.
It's huge. It's huge. Thank you. And we homeschool, which is nuts. I'm like,
oh my gosh,
who are you, Cofia? Like, I think about the woman, and this is what I feel like. I know I'm a different person. I've grown so much because I think about all the things that I wanted to do when I first got divorced, and the dreams that I felt had maybe died, and the things that, like, the life that I thought I was going to have, and then having to like reconnect with what I genuinely wanted, and to be here now seeing some of that stuff actually happen. I am just so grateful to God. Like, I am so grateful that he brought, like, there's no way like that it would have been I don't feel like it would have been orchestrated in the best way if it hadn't been for God. Because it's almost like a year ago in April, I came across the medicine, and then a year later, I'm in a space where I can financially figure it out, and having the mindset of like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, it's an investment, like it's literally, it's not cheap. And so it's just like, it had to be God to be able to say, okay, you want this life, you want to be fit. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity, and it's up to you to take the opportunity. And so if you're out, like, any person that you're like, you've wanted a different life, you wanted to like be the woman in your head, and that she's probably on the other side of this fat, then I would say do it. Definitely do it.
That's great advice. Right. The tools are out there. The tools are there. We just have to take advantage of them. Talk to me a little bit about your coaching business and what you do with that.
Oh, for sure. So, like I said, I've been through a divorce, got divorced 2019, and it really was a tough time because I realized, I didn't know who I was, and I didn't want to continue life. Like, it became a crossroad, and I had to kind of make a decision on, okay, Lord, I didn't expect this. I didn't want this to be this way, but what do I do now? And literally from just reconnecting with God and just feeling like, okay, I know my purpose in life is to help other people see themselves as God sees them. And I know that once I started to see myself that way, I felt unstoppable. And I wanted to let other people feel that, and so I, started a business, learned how to coach. Well, I've always been coaching, but you have conversations, but you don't know like the actual format of what that looks like, and actually putting a price tag and overcoming like the mindset of trying to charge and what that dealing with all that stuff. So started a business and helped women, and decided I wanted to help women that have gone through divorce and are looking to reconnect with themselves and with God and with their kids. And so that's what I did. And that is what the other YouTube channel is for. Just helping women like know that you can enjoy life now. Like that is the mission, and that is what I want people to walk away with, and it's been successful. So I'm pleased.
That's great. That's great. And tell us the name of that YouTube channel so people can check it out.
Sure. So the channel's called Courage to Thrive, and you can find it by either searching Courage to Thrive or just searching my name, Cofia Miller, and I think it has like relationship or divorce coach. And so, yeah, I share on there ways to heal, ways to thrive, also sharing ways to kind of discover your purpose, because I feel like me discovering my purpose was one of the outlets I had to, get to start moving forward. So
that's a great thought. That makes me think about purpose and what is my purpose. So there's Cofia's Courage to Thrive. So you guys can look that up on YouTube and check that out. Yeah, it's been great talking with you today. I feel like I want you to coach me. What can we work on together? I want to learn more.
We can definitely talk about it if there's some goals that you'd like to achieve.
Ooh. Yes,
like one question I think is really helpful to ask is, in a year from now, what would you like if you were going to a big celebration and it was going to be your closest family and your friends in a year from now, what would you be celebrating?
1 million viewers on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe.
And that could be very well the thing. And most times what I find is sometimes we know what it is that we like to do, but sometimes we're scared to say that that's what it is and to say that that's what you want, right? How does it feel when you say you want 1 million views on YouTube?
Scary. Yeah. Is anybody really watching me? I don't know.
Right?
Christopher, my husband Christopher comes up with these big ideas all the time, and he has throughout our 21-year marriage, and he comes up with this big idea, and he'll tell me the idea, and I say, well, that's really dumb. Well, that's not going to work because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, forget it. But then he does it anyway because that's Christopher Durham for you. And it turns out to be a really great idea. So now we have a joke that anytime he brings me an idea and I say it's dumb, it's $1 million, idea. So here we are. Here we are on YouTube with another big idea. So. Yeah.
I love it. Lean into that. I would say ask yourself what's preventing you. Like, why wouldn't it work? And what if it did work? Like those, and it's really just coaching is simply asking questions that maybe the other person hasn't considered or hasn't articulated out loud. And it's not that the coach I don't have the answers. It's usually the person who has the answers, but it's about them realizing they have the answers. And so that's usually the most
bringing it to the front. Yeah. Bringing it to the front of your mind instead of the chaos that is the back. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of your goals really is to get 1 million views. I think you can do it.
I mean, we would like to be full-time YouTubers, so we're working toward that goal. We're on that YouTube grind. So, but yeah, well, thank you so much, Cofia, for coming on today and talking with us about your journey. You'll have to check back in with us in a few months. Keep us updated on your progress and how everything is going. If you out there would like to come on The Downsized, you can send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. I'll send you a link to our calendar. We'll have about a 30-minute conversation like we did with Cofia today, and it's as easy as that. Please like and subscribe to The Downsized. You can also check out our website at thedownsized.org, where you can sign up for our mailing list. We've got some Amazon links. We're Amazon affiliates, so you can check out some protein products I like, some constipation remedies. Christopher has some news links on there, all kinds of fun stuff. I hope you'll check it out. And thanks again, Cofia, for talking with us today. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate both you and your husband.
Oh, thank you so much. Yep. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody out there today. And I'm Laraine Durham for The Downsized.